Welcome in. It is day 226, and you're speaking to the Meeples Champion. And today we're going to be going over one of my favorite BGA, Board Game Arena games. It's one that I played it a few times with my friends, but it's one of the bigger ones that I go and I play with just strangers on there, even today still. It's a really fun little worker placement type game. Actually, I wouldn't even say worker placement. That's kind of hard to claim it that. It's a drafting game. And it just kind of feels like workers because you're working with these little wooden tokens to drop, but you're really not worker placing. You're just drafting and then trying to get the best points you can get. The game is called Draftosaurus. So the concept is you do this in 2 rounds. Whenever you play, you get 6 dinosaurs, and you have them in multiple colors. And depending on what's been active, certain squares on the board are going to be active for you to place in. And you get to pick one person and drop them where you want. Now, the squares are really important because each of them scores very different. You have one square that says it's going to give you so many points for every pair of the same dinosaur you put there. You have another one that says it'll give you so many points for every 3 dinosaurs there. You have another one that says that for every dinosaur you put there, it's just a point. There's 2 different ones that do the same concept but opposite. One of them is for every different dinosaur you place in there, it's going to build up to bigger point payouts. Whereas the other one is for every of the same dinosaur that you place in there, it's going to build up to different payouts. They both go on that same rough area. I think one's in odds, one's in evens, but they increase a little bit better every time. So you're really trying to max it out. And then you have another spot where it says the dinosaur you place here, if you're the only person to do it, you're going to get a 7-point payout. Meaning, or I should say, not the only person, but if it's the only dinosaur. So if you drop your purple dinosaur there, and there's no other purples on your board, it's a 7-point payout. But the instant you drop a second one, you don't get points for that one anymore. It's gone. And then there's another one that says the dinosaur you drop here, if you have the majority of them, it's going to score you points. So you want to make sure you don't drop a dinosaur there until you're sure you have more than everybody else and you can keep ahead. And then, of course, there's the T-Rexes, the reds. And the way they work is they themselves are worth a bonus point each. However, you lose ties if you have more T-Rexes. So if you get to the final 2 and you and somebody else are tied, but you have 4 T-Rexes and they have 1, you lose the tie. So it's an interesting little double-edged sword because you're like, oh, well, every time I place one, I'm getting an extra point. But it only can help me so far. So you do 6 and you pass around and do 6 placements in your group. And then you get another group of 6 and you do it again. You end up with 12 dinosaurs. It's fast. You fly through this game. It takes 5 minutes. I mean, it's very, very quick. Maybe 10 if you have some analysis paralysis, but really should be just 5. And with 12, that means, yeah, you could potentially get 6 of the same and 6 of all different and get the 2 big payouts there. But realistically, you'll only ever have a shot at one of those, and you're then trying to mix up everywhere else. It's a fun game. It works great on BGA. It's a great one in person. But why don't we jump in, talk our 7 categories, and see where this game lands for us today. The art. When it comes to that art, I mean, this box sold me far before I knew what was inside of it. I love the art on this box. And when you pull out the game, it's the same concept. It's bright, it's colorful, it's got dinosaurs, it's got pens, it's got a whole environment. I really like the setup of this. It's a huge thumbs up. Your components. I mean, your components are your boards and your wooden meeples of your dinosaurs, and that's really it. It's very simple. I really like it. I think it's good quality. Thumbs up. Your price. This game goes for about $25. It's not too expensive. Maybe you'll see it at $30, but no more than that. And it's available definitely in, I'd say, 3 out of 5 board game stores. I've never seen it in a Target, but I think I may have seen it in a Barnes & Noble once. And it's obviously one of the more popular ones. I think it's gotten a lot of attention on BGA, which has helped raise its stakes a bit. BGA has helped out a lot of games, either older ones or newer ones, to just kind of either get them started or revive them. So this one, I think, has benefited from being on that site. I know whenever I go on there, it doesn't take long to put in a request for a game to get a bunch of players. People are always trying to play this game. So I definitely think that the price is great. Thumbs up. Your difficulty. This is extremely good for kids and beginners. 100% if you have a kid, are a beginner, or have some friends who are beginners and you're trying to play a game with them, this is a great one to bring out. But when you go beyond that, I think experienced players enjoy it because it's so quick. And I think even an expert can look at this game and say, I don't mind it because it's not me committing to a 30-minute smaller game. It's me committing to a 5-minute. It's a fast game. Now, not everybody likes it. It's not a universally accepted game. But I don't think that you can exclude the majority of experts or experienced. I think that beginners and kids will love it, and experienced and experts will be okay with it. And that means huge thumbs up to me. Your replayability. It's 5 minutes. I mean, you don't play this once and then go on to another game. You play this 4 or 5 times in a row. You fly through this game. And it's a game you can easily pull out every week at game night because it's an easy intro or outro game. It's one that's great with family. It's a game that's great with friends who don't play board games. This game really fits in so many categories. You'll find somebody somewhere who you can play this game with, and it's fast enough that you don't have to worry about it. Bring it to work. If you have a friend at work who kind of likes board games but doesn't get a chance to play at your lunch hour. You never know. I think that this game's replayability is definitely there. Thumbs up. Keys to victory. So the keys to victory are your placement. It's you've got a group, it's moved to the next group. Okay, who can you pick from? And being slow and careful, knowing how to build up. When do you take a risk? Hey, how many people am I playing with? I get 6, so I see I'm going to get 2 of these backs. It's a 4-player game. Well, the odds are pretty strong. I'm going to get back one of the greens. So maybe I'll take something else to make sure the greens have a chance to get to me, and I'll try to get that of every different color. Or maybe there's 3 out of the 6 are green, and you go, let me grab 1 green now and put it into that's the repetitive color and see if more greens can come back to me. So I think that there's definitely keys to victory. It's just knowing how to pay attention to your board and what's coming up with each drafting group. But I see them. Thumbs up. Unique. So I like this game, and I really wanted to give it 7 out of 7. However, I know plenty of games that are about collection and group payouts. And to me, this kind of feels like a drafting game with meeples being placed that could be kind of put right next to Sushi Go. That's just a drafting game with cards that are essentially placed. When you draft a card in Sushi Go, you're getting groups. Okay, I need 2 of this. I need 3 of that. I'm looking to build up here. I'm just looking to get 1 here. I'm using this to multiply by that. And you get these different payout spots. It's the same thing. It's different payout spots. It's just in this game, you're putting down your meeple and you're picking where it says you're currently allowed to go. So I think those are very comparable. And there's other games that come in and compare to this as well. It's a great little game, but it's not unique. Thumbs down. Overall, what do I think? This is a must-add. Just put it in your collection. It's an easy one to play. You're never going to run into a situation where it's just completely useless. And worst case, you can always gift it to a friend if they have some kids who are looking for a game to try out, or just go in and have it be on your once in a while because maybe you bring it to a convention because you know people want to play there. It's going to pay out at some point. It's one of the few games I would say easily fits in any collection. You got to go for it. Well, it has been day 226, and we've been speaking about the game Draftosaurus. And you've been speaking to the Meeples champion. Like, share, subscribe, and check down below in the description. I'll be adding in an Amazon link in case you want to get this game for your collection. Until next time, I'll talk to you tomorrow.